Hello, everyone, and welcome to another year of Badgerclan. Now, a lot happens this year. I'm going to go through it pretty quickly, try and keep up. The clan has grown, but also it's shrunk a little bit. Just a lot happened. There's a lot going on with all the cats, and I'm ready to just get into it. Smokestar starts the year by disappearing for a few moons, and she comes back with a collar. Um, and we don't immediately know how she feels about this. Uh, because she plays with Rainbow Kid and Crested Kid and Stoke Kid and tries to pretend like nothing happened. But Smokestar thinks about those few days she spent as a kitty pet with fondness. The two legs were very nice, and while the food wasn't the best, she didn't have to catch it. Gander Eyes points out her collar and says that it's a gross kitty pet thing and that she needs to get rid of it. And quite frankly, she thinks he's being stuck up and rude. Now, it's not long before she is actively looking for two legs and watching them. She sees a two-legged kit play with the dog. It's not that she would ever abandon the clan. She left before, but it wasn't her choice. She was taken. She fought tooth and nail to get back. So why does she feel something like longing? Now, Smokestar, she pushes these thoughts aside. She's a loyal clan cat, and as such, she is motivated more than ever to work for her clan. She just, at this point, isn't ready to get rid of the collar yet. And that is until the death of a cat very close to her. Her world is absolutely shaken. She wails like a newborn kit after sitting vigil. She can't accept his death, and for a long time she refuses to accept his death. And she can't help but wonder, after this, what the clan thinks of her leadership, and if she's truly doing good enough. And so she decides it's time to get rid of the collar. It's a bow, so it's not really hard to get off. Someone's able to just pull at it and it flies off freely. Still, despite everything, she finds herself drawn to two legs. She watches the kitty pets play with the colorful moss balls, and she can't help but be jealous, maybe? I don't know. I suppose we'll see what is in store for Smokestar in year 5. A lot happens with Gus Talon this year. Um, he catches Aloe Kitten a lie, and he's very disappointed in her. In him, my bad. And then when the kits are made apprentices, he gets one of them, and he goes patrolling with his apprentice. And he hears a cat meowing for their two legs to come back, along with the sound of a monster running away. He goes to check on the cat and watches as another monster immediately comes by and flattens them. He is horrified by this and moves the kitty pet's body from the road. His apprentice is silent through all of this, a distant look in his eye. Gus Talon curses the two legs for abandoning such a loyal cat who tried to chase after them. And then, I can't hide it anymore. Flowercry passes away, and Gus Talon is furious with Petalmouse and Gander Eyes. Most of all, he's upset with Flowercry. How could his best friend, no, the cat he loved, lie to him about such a big part of his life? He had stepped back so that Gander Eyes and Flowercry could be together. He had watched them live a life together with a hole in his heart, and the entire time they had been fooling around with the medicine cat. He goes to clear out Flowercry's nest, shaking the entire time. He snaps at Petal Mouse, who had come to check on him. Flowercry's scent is already fading, and he can't handle it. He needs to get away. He starts spending less and less time in camp, uh, making himself go on more patrols than ever. During this, he gets grabbed by an eagle, but escapes. He gets a broken bone in the process. And what's tearing Gus Talon up more than any of this, anything else that's happened, is that despite himself, despite how angry he is, despite the grief that is weighing him down, he notices just how beautiful Gandarise's eyes are. Petal Mouse's year starts off fairly regular. She gets into an argument with Crested Kit, but enjoys the company of Stoat Kit. And she wants to be around Flowercry more. It's harder to come up with excuses to see him now that he's in the Elder's Den. But then Flowercry dies. This shakes Petal Mouse and Gandarise. They come out as mates, saying that Flowercry was a part of them and will forever be missed. Gandarise compliments Gus Talon on how sharp his claws are, and he thinks Nutpelt is very helpful. And overall, he is having a very peaceful year. Until Flowercry's death. He seems to be the one taking it well, the best. He comforts Petal Mouse and comes out by her side as her mate. This earns him the ire of Gus Talon, who is furious with him. But the moment he is alone, he breaks down, wailing uncontrollably and cursing the world that took Flowercry from him. He can't help but think of all the time they wasted keeping a stupid secret. There were so many things they could have done together, and now that'll never happen. Gandarai starts spending more time in the medicine den. He sees Petal Mouse and how compassionate she is for her patients, and falls even more in love. He's also the one to lead a patrol to fight the rogues and avenge his fallen mate. Now, Gandarai's, after these events, he gets a bit of a temper. He gets into a spat with Nutpelt over just a piece of prey. Because of all these things and his age, Gandarai decides it's time to retire. Flowercry bestows wisdom to Oatkit. After all, he is an elder now. He is meant to pass down lessons onto the next generation. And then he thinks about this weird two-leg object he found during a walk with Gandarise and Petal Mouse. Later, Flowercry tosses out a snake from camp before it can hurt anyone. But then he's out on a walk with Cloudmuzzle. She tells him that it's good for him. It's good for his bones. He needs the air. And also, they can pick up herbs along the way. But sadly, the two are attacked by rogues and killed. On Moon 1, Furled Paw is deemed ready to be a full medicine cat. She is now Furled Shadow. She frets over whether she's ready, still feeling like she has much to learn. Petal Mouse assures her that she is, in fact, ready. And she plays Mothball with Rainbow Kit. While out gathering herbs, Furled Shadow hears a whispering noise, like spirits are guiding her. She follows the voice and finds a dead mother. She died giving birth to 3 kids. She immediately wraps herself around the kids, wondering how to get them back to camp. She names them Ginger Kit, Fleet Kit, and Bristle Kit. Furled Shadow and Gandarise argue over who should care of the kids. Neither of them come to a conclusion, leaving the kids parentless. In the end, she realizes she also wants to get to know Brindlepelt better. and develops a little bit of a crush on her, and vice versa. After Flower Cry and Cloud Muzzle's death, Frald Shadow checks in on the kits, knowing that this is a lot for them to comprehend. And then she ends the year by leaving a gift for Brindlepelt in her nest. Cloud Muzzle's year is short. She gets yellow cough, and then she has a mock battle with Ganderrise. She sunbathes with Smokestar and Wormtail. She thinks about how she and Golden Kit have a lot in common, coming from outside the clan. She's then annoyed by Furled Shadow. Um, Probably because the apprentice just has a way of doing things differently than she does. She says something rude to Oak Kit because, well, it's Cloud Muzzle, and she's saying something rude to everyone all the time. But then she goes on that walk with Flower Cry. And sadly, they're attacked by Rhodes. They defend themselves to the last breath, but it's not enough. They are both killed. I am going to be very real with you. I had no clue how to draw Brindlepelt this year because she's just a nice girl. She's a very basic cat, and that doesn't mean she's not a valuable warrior. But you'll see. Uh, Brindlepelt can't help but wonder how Valley Clan is doing after the war. And then the next moon, she gets bit by a snake, but lives. She is poisoned and has to spend a moon or two in the medicine den. And then Brindlepelt wonders what Wormtail thinks about mates. This is odd, considering Wormtail has a mate, Pearfreckle. And then she's thinking about her old clanmates again. And she appreciates that Rainbow Kit always seems to ask how she's doing. She's excited for all the new life in the clan. And then she laughs at Furrow Shadow's really bad jokes. So yeah, Brindlepelt. I don't have a lot to say about her. I don't have a lot of thoughts about her. She's just a good old gal. So Nutpelt starts his year by being disappointed in Ganderize's subpar work, forgetting that he's an older cat. And then he gives Pancake, his fellow warrior, some unwarranted advice, probably on being a warrior, as though she hasn't been in the clan for a year at this point. And he thinks Smokestar is annoying. I don't blame her. Smokestar is a big personality. And then she chases a butterfly, and she is jealous that she wasn't on the patrol with Ganderize to fight the rogues. And then she knows Ginger Kit will be a great warrior someday. And she is actually given Ginger Kit as an apprentice. She's actually given 2 apprentices. And we're gonna talk about them. Hello Kit is only a couple moons when the year starts, and he thinks that Wormtail is very considerate of others. Baby is upset with his mom, and then he wonders what it would be like to have a fish for a tail, which is fair. Allokit and Pancake enjoy each other's company, and Allokit just demands Petalmouse's attention. And then she decides to annoy older cats on purpose. Me too. And then she's apprenticed to Nutpelt. She spars with Ganderize and hopes that his name will be Allowclaw. And then Alopaw and Oatfur sneak out of camp to see the sunrise. Ginger Kit joins the clan about halfway through the year. Uh, his mother died, and as such he was brought to the clan with his siblings Fleet Kit and Bristle Kit to the to the clan. And Ginger Kit thinks Gander Eyes is cool and wants to spend time with him, and is so excited to be an apprentice. And Nutpelt, sure enough, is Gingerpaw is apprenticed to Nutpelt, who does have two apprentices. It's a bit of a problem, but they're all making it work. Crested Kit at first seems curious about what it's like to be a medicine cat, and asks Cloudmuzzle what it's like. And then she just wants to snuggle up with her father flower. Crested Kit gets stuck in a tree, quote, again. When is she climbing trees and getting stuck in them? Well, probably on Flower Cry's walks, because she is his little shadow. And then when she's made a warrior, not a warrior, an apprentice, Crestapal wonders if her mother is watching from StarClan. If loners can be in StarClan. And she is apprentice to Smokestar. Crested Paw's first apprentice duty is picking burrs from Flower Cry's pelt, and only a little while after being made an apprentice, she is so worried and anxious about being a warrior. Later on, Crested Paw, Brindle Paw, and Fleetkit all sunbathe together, which seems like just a nice clan gathering. But then her tail, is badly hurt by a fox while following Smokestar's orders. Either way, once she is healed up, she is dubbed Crested Face and honored for her observance. And then, while she's on patrol, she realizes that she loves spending time with Nutbelt. As far as I know, they don't have any romantic attraction, but she does really enjoy spending time with him. And that's Crested Face. She likes climbing trees. I will probably always draw her in a tree. Golden Kit's new leaf starts, hearing Cloudmuzzle spread a nasty rumor about him. And he hides from other cats. He hides behind his father. He's very shy. And then when he is being apprenticed and he hears the name of his mentor, he lets out a little squeak of surprise, and he's embarrassed and goes quickly to touch noses with Gus Talon. He wants to get to know Frilled Shadow better, and he makes a joke with Brindlepelt about how other clans smell bad, and that just seems like an odd cat to make that joke with. Goldenpaw is actually unable to become a warrior with his littermates as he catches Whitecough alongside Fleetpaw and Bristlepaw. Goldenpaw and Yellowpaw sneak out at some point to see the moonrise, and then Goldenpaw thinks his brother, Oatpaw, is his best friend. And then Goldenpaw is dubbed Golden Seed and honored for his vigilance. Oatkit is very condescending towards Rainbow Freckle all day, and then he puts thorns in Rainbow Kit's bedding, so he's a bit of a troublemaker. He gets a migraine and then wants to follow the medicine cats everywhere instead of resting. And then Oatpaw is excited to be apprenticed to Ganderrise. He wonders what he'll do on his first day. Maybe catch a big old rabbit or chase off a fox. Well then, Oatpaw, he bickers with his brother, Goldenpaw, but then helps him pick burrs out of his fur. And then he's told off by Gander Eyes that he doesn't take his training seriously enough. Either way, Oatpaw is dubbed Oatfur and is noted for his enthusiasm. Rainbow Kit shares a joke about Valley Clan with Oatkit, and then he asks Furled Shadow where kits come from. Furled Shadow tells him Star Clan. He hides behind Pancake and just wants to snuggle with Wormtail but can't because she is injured. Rainbow Paw is apprenticed to Brindlepelt, and Rainbow Paw lets Nutpelt vent to him and hopes he feels better. He is then given the name of Rainbow Nest, and he's honored for his unpredictability. As such, he cannot stand being around Smokestar, just absolutely detests her. And that's Rainbow Nest. Like many kits before him, Stoat Kit bickers about something with Pearfreckle. And then he hunts bugs, and he talks to Ganderize about his day. At one point, he refuses to take herbs that Furled Shadow gives him for his tummy. Either way, he is apprenticed to Ganderize, who then has two apprentices. Stoat Paw listens to Rainbow Paw about how hard training has been recently, and Stoat Paw has excelled at every task given to him. Despite being a little young, he is given his warrior name of Stoatgasm. His boldness is honored. Now, Stoatgasm is on patrol with Oatfur and Golden Paw. They find a badger and end up in a fight. Stoatgasm gets a nasty bite wound from the encounter and is still in the medicine den. The newest additions to the clan, Fleet Kit, dreams about being a warrior at 1 moon old, and then he decorates his nest with feathers Smokestar brought him, and he is apprenticed to Brindlepelt. And then Bristlekit wants to taste Toad. Bristlepaw is apprenticed to Smokestar and immediately wants to start hunting. And that's about it. They're just babies. They have not done much yet. Pancake starts the year by complaining that Stoatkit isn't helpful, even though he is a baby. And then, on the other hand, completely happy to run into Rainbow Kit. And Pancake is working her tail off, trying to prove herself to the warriors around her. Finally, she has enough. She starts clawing at her worn collar. She wants it off. She's tired of cats constantly looking at her like she's not enough because she's a kitty pet. Finally, she tears it from her neck and buries it in the plains. Pancake drops into the medicine den to ask if Furled Shadow has eaten. She catches Stoatkit climbing a bit too high, and then tragedy happens. Pancake is on patrol and gets captured by Two Legs, alongside 3 other warriors, and she is lost. She escapes the Two Legs and tries desperately to find her way back to the clan. She ends up sick with nobody to care for her. In her final moments, she wonders if she'll go to StarClan. After all, she wasn't clan-born and she was so far from them. Yet they accept her with open paws as she slips into the afterlife. Sporeflake starts her year by not getting a joke that Brindlepelt told, and then helps Golden Kit pick burrs from her fur. Moon 3, she is hit with an intense sense of dread, and she has a dream. While on patrol, Sporeflake admits that she thinks she had a dream from StarClan. She had no idea what it means. She notices her mother, Pancake, looking at her enviously, and she backtracks, mumbling something about the dream not being important. He goes on to hunt by himself. He considers himself the fiercest warrior in the clan. And yet, whenever she is on patrol, she gets caught by the two legs. She is lost. Sporeflake wonders if the clan is even looking for him. And she sees someone who looks like her clanmates. She chases after them, only to realize it's just a loner. She misses the warmth of the warrior's den. Then finally, when she can't take it anymore, she stays with the loner for a while. And just hopes that one day she will find her clan again. Pear Freckle is a good mother, and she starts the year taking care of her kids, helping Rainbow Kit pick burrs from her fur. But she is still a warrior, after all. Wormtail is the one staying in the den with the kids. She conducts a training session for all the younger warriors. Pear Freckle then leads a patrol on the Dongclan border where they meet more Dongclan warriors. They chat about the weather and part ways. She remarks to Smokestar how kind the patrol was. Pear Freckle tells Golden Kit to count on her in difficult situations, even if she isn't her mother. Pear Freckle then appreciates Sporeflake for helping with the kids, and she goes on the hunting patrol that is captured by the two legs. And by the end of the year, she is still lost. If you all remember correctly, Pear, Freckle, and Wormtail are new parents whenever the year begins. Wormtail, goes out to stretch her legs, promising Pear Freckle that she won't do anything reckless. Eventually she's at a loss about what to do about her rowdy kids, and she asks Flower Cry for advice. And then she proceeds to give advice to Stoat-Kit. Wormtail goes on a walk, a way to keep sane with all the kids in the nursery, and gets her leg caught in a two-leg trap. She eventually escapes, but she is heavily injured. Either way, she just wants to spend more time with Pear Freckle. She does not take Cloud Muzzle's death well. Wormtail stares at her mother's body blankly. She sits for vigil and stays in that spot long after the body is taken away. She only moves when Furled Shadow and Petal Mouse usher her towards her nest. She feels numb. There's nothing there. All of this loss, her leg healing slowly, her mother dying, she wonders if kitty pet life is really so bad. Maybe Pancake, Sporeflake, and Pear Freckle had the right idea. And sure enough, while hunting, she falls into a two-leg trap and is lost to the two legs.